Good evening, everyone.
Late, but we're here.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, better late than never.
And I just almost forgot I had to unmute my mic again. I'm really having an issue with unmuting myself
And what is going on with your page?
Wait a minute. Let me
with my
see.
with the what?
Nick, did you click on the link in the chat or did you come in under your name?
I just came in under my name.
Oh well, you should be able to see it then up there at the top.
Oh wait a second.
We've always got a problem with something with the pages. There's at
Yep.
least one that will not work.
See something at the top. Like wait, where?
Look at the very
Where
top.
all the destinations are.
Oh damn it. No, I came in under the
Here,
guest, I guess, if you will,
let
because
me
so
see
I
if I
can't
can
see it.
fix you. There.
Okay.
I can't hear you. Ha ha. Oh.
It looks like I'm going to have to disconnect your Things of Illinois page and then reconnect it because this is 2 or 3 weeks in a row that page wouldn't allow us to go live on it.
Oh jeez. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's Facebook. That's really the only answer I can come up with.
As I'm gonna say, because Kate just said it, it's a perfect time for me to say, "Well,
Yep.
what's up, Jan?"
Well.
So, um, sad news yesterday.
Yes.
The world has lost one of the greatest actors of all time, um, Gene Hackman, just turned 95 years old.
Yeah.
And right now, there is a lot of speculation, theories, hearsay, and all kinds of crap on what actually happened because not only did Gene Hackman passed away, but his wife did, and one of their dogs did.
I
Yeah.
thought that
I'm
was a
thinking
very
that's not an
bizarre.
accident.
What's that?
That's not an accident.
I just find it really bizarre how that all occurred. I mean, it was just
I see
I
two
just don't understand
scenarios.
it.
As
Yeah.
far as the dog goes, it was locked in a kennel.
How long were they gone? Did they say that?
They have not said an actual number, just that they had been dead for some time. The last time, from what I've read, that anybody's had any contact with them was 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so there's a couple scenarios there. Maybe they passed away, whether it was carbon monoxide poisoning, whether it was you said there was pill bottles laying around. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, this place has pill bottles laying around everywhere.
Yeah.
And people might assume the same thing if something happened, but I'm sure they would check carbon monoxide poisoning first thing, but I don't know if they would release it. But scenario number one, they died of carbon monoxide poisoning. The dog starved to death because it was in his kennel. And
But there was still another dog inside the house.
running around.
Yes.
Okay, so I hadn't been hungry very long because they will eat their owners. I don't care how good of dogs they are. When they're hungry, they will eat
That's,
it.
that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking too.
Isn't that the truth?
So if that dog was not, maybe there was a doggy door and it could go in and out, and maybe was able to stay alive outside the carbon monoxide. But you know, scenario number two, maybe they one dog died and they took pills and killed themselves. Or if it's anything like my stupid dog, the white one, it will eat whatever in the hell you put in front of it or accidentally drop on the floor, and it ate whatever pills they gave it.
Mhm.
The other dog didn't.
There was another scenario that was thrown out earlier where she might have died first.
Jan just said, yeah, what if he died and she took him to go with him, or the other way around. That's
Yeah,
definitely
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
that's
know.
if he died, but I'm saying she might have died first, and he wasn't able to take care of himself.
And he was 95 years old, so
But was he capable of walking around? I mean, do we know that? Because
I read something about he had to use a walker.
okay,
Um, I don't know. I hadn't seen anything about him in real time in 10 years.
I forgot he even existed until this.
I honestly, that was the same thing with me. I kind of forgotten that. I was honestly surprised that he was still alive. I actually thought he passed away a few years prior.
Well, I looked at it and thought, yeah, another scam, and just kept scrolling until you guys actually said something. I didn't pay attention because I didn't have time to fact check it, and if I have time to fact check it, I'm not doing shit with it. But it's one of those things. When it comes out, it's probably going to be stranger than the truth.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, it usually is.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna take them a while. They're gonna have to do autopsy, toxicology, and all of that. But I think it's safe to say that the dog that died, since it was found in his cage, that it probably starved to death.
Most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's very unfortunate because no dog owner wants that to happen.
No.
No, they don't.
I would rather the dog eat me if it come down to that. Then I'm gone. It doesn't matter. But until somebody can get to the dogs and get them food,
Yeah, they have to have a way to survive.
which
That's right.
we all know, if uh, I think 4 days is what humans can survive without food. If I remember, no, 4 days
No, I think
without
it's a little bit
water,
longer
Four
than
days
that.
without water.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I think it might be 2 weeks without food. I can't remember, but anyway, dogs have to be less than that because their stomachs are less. They have less fat on them. They, obviously are not going to metabolize the same way we do. So 2 weeks, I guarantee you, Jan would be up here before the 2 weeks is up to find out what the fuck's going on. 'Cause it just wouldn't. If I didn't answer, for a day, the second day, yeah, we got a problem.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to be close like that with people.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
oh yeah. I mean, if there was a house fire or something that nobody knew about other than local, which we don't know too many people local anyway. But yeah, there'd be some issues.
So I got a new viewer watching. What's going on, New Riders from Northeast Florida?
Woo Riders DG.
Always
DG.
happy to see new viewers.
Getting a lot of them lately, especially when we were doing Lois's show earlier today. We were getting a lot of new viewers watching.
Oh, she was on today. I didn't see. I
She
didn't.
was. I was real. I thought she was only just going to be backstage, but it was only just her and Lynn interviewing Andy. I forgot his last name, Andy. But
Oh yeah.
obviously, what's that?
No, I was saying, oh yeah.
Yeah. Then I came in, but Lois still ended up staying. But yeah, her voice is not so good as of right. I mean, I think it's starting to slowly make a comeback, but it's in not real good shape, unfortunately.
I thought she would be out because I know she was really, really sick. And
I thought the same thing. I thought she was just going to be again. I thought she was only going to be backstage just so she could let me in. But again, because it was just her and Lynn, she had to appear on the show. There was just no way that Lynn could do it on her own. And I thought, well, once I came in, then Lois, would be able to leave. But even after when I did it, I showed up, she still stayed regardless.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think she was having a really good time. So even though she was still not feeling the best, at least she was having a good time. That's what's most important.
You heard Zach's voice. He's
Yeah.
not sounding real good either. And I thought it was
Well,
because he was screaming at the game last night.
Well, you
But
guys remember too, a few months ago, I had a similar issue, but that was that was when I really cracked up my voice. Although the difference wasn't a sickness, it was because I was singing a lot of metal related music at karaoke at the Michigan
Well,
Parrot.
you also do 100 podcasts a week too.
Well, sort of, but this was this was kind of a difference. I was a little too rough with my voice.
well, I now got to see, they're not just names on a screen anymore. We were face to face with these guys. So I have a new favorite player. I was seeing one across the ice and I was like, I never noticed him before. Who's that? He looked cute. Well, he got a little closer and that fucker ain't cute. He's
Oh,
missing half
God.
his teeth and his face is all messed up because he
He's
fights.
a hockey player.
No,
That's
no,
what I was gonna say.
my little Hughes guy is he's a cutie, but he's also a baby.
How old is he?
I'm gonna say he's in his 20s. Let's see if I'm correct. I mean, like that's pedophile age for me
Yeah.
because well, it's younger than any of my kids at this point. Uh-oh.
Okay, here's what I got. Gene Hackman's wife was found in the bathroom with prescription pills scattered throughout the bathroom in a pill bottle near her body. She was 60 some years old.
Yeah, she was in her 60s.
I
She
knew
was
she
younger
was a
than
lot younger than him.
yeah, like
Yeah.
by 30 years.
Yeah. So maybe she was in the bathroom and she was getting pills and maybe she had a heart attack.
Yeah,
It's hard to
And
say.
that's why the pills would have scattered. Because
right.
when she dropped the pill bottle, the pills went flying.
There could be so many things. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, why can't I think at the end of the day? Anyway, the guy from Friends that just passed away last year.
Matthew
Yes.
Matthew-
Fox.
Yeah.
Matthew Fox.
No.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
But they thought so many different things out of him. And then when the truth actually came out,
Matthew Perry.
yes, it came out from so many different directions that it could have been anything at that point. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Tom, how you feeling after your injection, son?
He and I actually, he's doing better. He is. Let me see.
I know that you two were on Catherine's show last
Yeah,
night.
we were on Cat Hobson's show, and he was doing pretty good. And
Cat.
he
Cat is
well,
amazing.
for starters, I mean, he's able. I mean, I know he just recently had the injection. Of course, he's just still walking short distances, but he's not having to use a cane anymore. At least from what I remember hearing. I don't. So
That's
I
a
want
step
you
in the
to
right
know.
direction.
yeah,
Cat, I want you to know, when I said something about my grandbaby having the surgery and having heart surgery, whatever, I want you to know a few days later, she messaged to see how he was doing.
oh really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, wow. Still painful walking. I got a friend of mine who's having well, she had a bariatric surgery, and so it she shrunk down to almost nothing, and then she couldn't keep anything down. I mean, she would eat and it would be like right here every time she'd eat. It wouldn't go down, and it was so strange. She had not eaten an actual meal in over a year, and when she kept going to the doctor, they were saying, "Oh no, you're fine." Well, after a year, they put a GI tube in her, and then that got infected. And I mean, it was just one thing after another, and she's younger than I am, way younger. And the foster boy we had there for a while,
Yep.
that's his sister, way older sister. And she messaged the other day and she said, come to find out, she has spinal fluid in her brain. So it's causing like encephalitis type symptoms. And they're going to drain her spinal fluid with a needle out of her spinal cord.
Oh,
But that's better than the surgery we thought she was going to have, opening her skull up and putting a drain tube in. That was our two choices there at that point. But that's still not answering why she can't eat. It is blocking part of her brain, but it's still not answering the underlying question. They just happen to find it because of that.
I
So,
cannot imagine the pain.
oh
yeah.
God.
By the way, he's 23 years old. Yeah.
Oh man, he's young.
Yeah. No. We're good.
But not eating for a while, I can relate to that. Not as long as bad, but I can relate
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah, but I mean, if it wasn't, she at first she was pregnant for part of that, so she expected to get sick every time she ate. But this lasted through the whole 9 months, and then beyond, and every time she'd eat, she'd get sick. So she had no nutrients in her whatsoever, and she's got 5 foster kids and 3 of her own. I'm like, how are you? And a newborn. I'm like, how are you doing this? I mean, like, what's going on here? Because that has to be superpowers of some sort.
3 kids and 5 foster kids, and she's only 23.
No, she's not 23. Hughes is 23.
Oh,
Jeez.
The one I said was a cutie. He's 23. But that's not my new favorite anymore.
okay.
I need to give his shirt back.
On top of losing Gene Hackman and his family, we also, honestly, I'd never heard of her until yesterday. But
Yeah, Heather. I can't remember how to pronounce her last name.
Michelle
Oh,
Trachtenberg,
sorry, Michelle. I'm sorry. Why am I thinking Heather? She's
yeah, Trachtenberg.
Trachtenberg. Okay, yep. It's her last name was. It's her last name is Russian, so that's why I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, I had never heard of her before. Um, I went through her filmography. I've only seen one movie of hers,
Yeah, which movie?
Black Christmas.
Oh, good grief.
I've only seen her. See, surprisingly, I know she was big with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I never. Again, this is why I'm saying I'm surprisingly. I've never actually seen that series, which I should have. But yeah, I do remember her in Black Christmas, and I also do remember her. Seems like this is another movie, and this was when she was still a kid, because this was like back in the mid '90s. I remember that this was a pretty popular film back then, but now it just seems like it's becoming a forgotten film, and that is undoubtedly it was produced by Nickelodeon. Was Harriet the Spy, which is based on the 1964 novel that was written. So I think that might have been, in fact, I think that might have been one of her first films at that time before she got involved with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, among other shows.
That was actually her second feature film.
Or second. Okay, so I was
Yep.
Okay, one of her first then.
What happened to her? How'd she die?
She died from what was it? Give me 1 second. And while I'm looking that up, there's also someone else I want to throw out too that had recently passed. But let's get to her first. And
so they had already done an autopsy, but it has not been released. I read on MSN that they have found a cause of death, but They did not specifically say what it was, just that it was sad. Um, but she did have a liver transplant.
Yeah, she lost a lot of weight. She had signs of jaundice, if I'm saying that right.
Jaundice.
Jaundice, yeah, which was occurring mainly in her eyes at first, but it started spreading. So she started having that yellowish appearance to her.
And
Yeah.
that's connected to her liver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anytime
Brain kidneys.
I was going to say, anytime your liver is affected, there's a good likely chance it's going to cause basically your skin to turn yellow.
Oh yeah.
Your skin to turn yellow, your eyes.
Yeah, basically your whole body turns yellow. I mean, not the internal organs, but the outside of your body becomes yellow in appearance. Which some people often get that confused with yellow fever because it gives off a similar appearance.
What does?
The yellow fever.
Oh.
Because yellow fever also can make you turn yellowish.
Oh, okay. Now hold on. I just read another source. The cause of death remained undetermined after the family objected to an autopsy on religious grounds.
Oh geez.
Oh, okay. That I have not heard about.
Yeah,
That kind of
doesn't,
raises,
that doesn't make any sense.
it does, and that kind of raises a little bit of
The
suspicion.
dog, Jenny, the dog. The last thing that I read about it was that it was found inside of a cage. So we are thinking that the dog starved to death.
Okay, so Nick, yellow
Yeah.
fever affects the liver.
Oh, so okay, never mind then. I got that. So yeah, once again, that will cause your skin to
Yep.
turn yellow. Then, hence the name yellow fever.
Yeah, so the bile from your liver goes into your body. But I do want to mention while we're talking about pronunciations, we were talking about how good of a job you did on the program the other day
Oh, my show, yeah.
with pronunciation because none of us would have known what the hell with some of the French.
I wrote down I would have given up.
Yeah, you did, and I mean, I actually did say because after that show was recorded, I told you guys that I discovered a recent new paranormal international group in Norway, the Norwegian Ghost Hunters, which Lois and I were trying to get. We're actually trying. We did offer them wanting to come on to one of our shows at some point because obviously, it's just like in the UK, it's already nighttime. When it's the afternoon here, but they're an hour later, as most of Europe is, and unfortunately, most of them, as much as they want to, aren't able to join because understandably, as you would imagine, most of them don't speak English. They speak Norwegian, but they told me the leader of the group does speak English. So we're trying to get him on. But after that video I did my show, I sent it to the Norwegian Ghost Hunters so they could check it out for themselves since I've been supporting their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I even said to them, and not surprisingly, they don't just investigate locations in Norway. Of course, right next you got Sweden, so they've also investigated places in nearby Sweden. And when I sent the link out to one of their crew members, Tanjay, I even said, I gave you guys big credit, and also just so you guys know, I also apologize in advance if I'm not pronouncing the locations correctly because I don't speak Norwegian. Or Swedish, because there was a Swedish location too.
Yeah, you especially that French, the French hospital. I think.
Yeah, that one was those. People would always think that Norwegian and Swedish, like some of these other European languages, are tough. And don't get me wrong, these definitely were tough to pronounce. But in my personal opinion, I think French was the toughest for me.
Oh yeah, they have a different dialect for sure. Yeah,
They
Jenny.
do. I probably would say German is the hardest because it takes you 14 letters just to say hi.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Although, who would really be quite the expert of helping me out, like let's say for future references, it would undoubtedly be Kate because I think Kate. Well, considering Kate lived in Germany, I think she knows German.
Yeah, she knows German. Does she know French though?
She's actually learning French as we speak. Well, maybe not as we speak, but yeah, she's doing French lessons right now.
I
So
know she can
really
speak
learning it.
German, Italian,
Uh, Dutch because she lived in the Netherlands.
Dutch. Okay, she said 5 of them. I think that she
No.
could speak 5 fluently.
Yeah, German, Italian,
English.
Dutch. I think I don't know. Well, wait, no, I think it would have been Spanish too because she was also living for a time in Spain.
She was okay. So there's your 5.
Yeah, and then the last one, obviously English, British English, of course.
I kudos to her for being able to keep all that straight. I would not be able to keep any of that straight.
I don't think I'd be able to either, you know, especially speaking that amount of languages. And unfortunately, in this case, even if she was able to help me out with these French words, in the case if I ever cover any more locations from Norway and Sweden, obviously since she's never lived in those countries, she doesn't know Norwegian or Swedish.
I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, and all I can say is no comprendo mucho el español.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's all I can say.
Don't understand a lot of Spanish. Is that what you're trying to say?
I only know a few words. That's
Don't
pretty
understand much English. Yeah, much.
much.
It's been a long day.
Estás loco?
It's it's been an eventful week. Let's put it that way.
You know, Adrian, if I ever do cover any locations from Bulgaria, I already know who I could reach out to in that case, because you know quite the language for that one.
I know how to
Okay,
tell you to shut up or I'm going to slap you.
okay. Jenny said that there was a dog beside his wife. One on the premises, one walking the grounds. Yeah, so they they did have 2 other dogs. There must have been food around
Yeah,
for the other dog to be able to get to. Um, and there was one report which makes no sense to me, even if it was 2 weeks, that she appeared to be mummified.
really.
That doesn't happen in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
No, and
There's decomposing,
right.
yeah,
but even at 2 weeks, that would be very minimal.
it would be. I mean, that would have taken more time for
Yeah.
decomposition to occur.
So I think right now, because of the
Where were they
gravity
found?
of what's going on, is that so many different sources are putting out this story, that story, and nobody knows anything for sure.
So
Right.
they were in New Mexico.
Yes.
What part of New Mexico?
Uh, let's see here. Santa Fe.
Okay. Santa Fe is dry, very dry. That helps cause mummification. Um, so, but it would need to be hot and dry. Santa Fe would be warm right now. It'd be in the 70s.
Let me look it up. Santa Fe weather today. It was a high of 50.
It was what?
A high of 50.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty
So,
warm over here too.
lack of oxygen will mummify a body. Um, which they obviously did not have lack of oxygen. Um,
And we don't know the condition of Gene Hackman before he died.
Right.
radiation will cause it. Maybe she was on cancer, radiation that could have done it. Um, dry and arid environment will do it. with a constant warm breeze to materialize. Okay.
Hello, Mimi.
Hey, Mimi.
Okay, so Santa Fe Sheriff's Department said there was no significant signs of foul play, but did not initially provide a time or cause of death, which at this point, I think it would probably be a while before they can do that. Later the same day, the sheriff told news media that the couple appeared to have died at least a day before their bodies were discovered. Um, so, at a day before, there's no possible way it could have been mummified.
Right.
The lack of gas or carbon monoxide found by the fire department led investigators to question their initial suggestion of a gas or carbon monoxide leak. Sheriff's Department is still investigating, and my guess is that they're probably going to be investigating this at least a week or two until they're able to do autopsies and toxicology reports. Until those come in, I don't think they're really going to have much of an idea.
And
Um,
the truth will be stranger than fiction, guaranteed.
but I think it's almost a safe bet to say what the dog died from.
Yeah.
How
Died.
come I'm seeing?
What? Hey, Ed.
See, I'm not seeing this. Why am I not able to see? I gotta refresh this.
What, see
One
comments?
more person I also want to bring up, another big name star that passed away, in addition to Michelle and, oh my God, I already forgot his name.
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. I don't know why I forgot for a sec. This happened on my birthday, and that was famous R&B singer Roberta Flack. She
Yeah.
passed away also.
Yep. She was 88 years old. She was actually one of those that introduced me to music.
Yeah. I know she was huge back in the 70s and
In the 80s.
in the 80s too. Yeah, and she
Yeah.
contributed a lot of she contributed her music to several films also. And
Films?
Yeah.
there she contributed like some music to some movies. Like she wasn't like
I
wasn't
thought,
like actually like involved. Like she never really appeared in movies, but she did music for them.
Yeah.
yeah, I was going to say, I didn't realize she was in any movies.
No. She contributed, but she didn't actually star in any. She was more involved in the screen music business than film business.
I have been crazy busy with meetings all day today. Has anybody heard anything about how the Pope's doing?
You know what? I have not. I saw one post about it. I thought that's kind of odd. What's going on with him? I didn't hear. Other than that, I didn't hear anything about what happened to him.
There was an initial report that he died.
Yeah, and that was fake, but I stopped looking after that. But he got double pneumonia, Nick.
Really?
In both lungs, and he'd been in the hospital for over a week, and then yesterday or the day before, my days are running together. He was still in critical condition, but decided to work a little bit and contact some of his, allies that he'd been talking to about certain things, and nobody was sure if he was wrapping up loose ends or if he was actually getting better.
Jeez.
Okay, here's what I'm reading. This is off of Wikipedia. On the 10th day of his hospitalization, while his condition remained critical, it was slightly improved. The Pope was alert, in good spirits, and eating on his own, and resumed work that afternoon.
Yeah.
This is on the 24th. On February 25th, Vatican officials said that he had undergone a scheduled CT scan for radiological monitoring for bilateral pneumonia. The next day, which would have been today.
Yeah.
No, yesterday. It was reported that the Pope was showing slight improvement, and the CT scan showed the normal evolution of pneumonia being treated.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least he's getting better. I think he's one of the best popes we've had.
How old is he again?
90 something?
He is um, 88.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. He's younger than I thought, but he's up there. I mean, he's up there.
Well,
That's
he was the
that's
same same age as Roberta Flack was.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he's one of the better ones we've had. Um, we had last night at the game. It was Pride Night, and which kind of shocked me because we had a meeting at work saying, "Hey, internally we're fine, everything's good, we're doing the same thing, but externally we got to shut it off until we can figure out what we can and cannot do per the executive order." So I was really shocked that some of the DEI stuff is still going on because the order's not clear as far as what can and can't be done, how it can and can't be done. From what I'm seeing and reading on the government website, is it's only for government officials, which we do work with government. So, we'll have to be more careful. But I was really happy to see that, Pride Night went on. It was the whole outside of the building was rainbow. They did oh my goodness, the people that sang the national anthem were it was a women, all women, pride group choir. It was so pretty the way it was awesome. And the people you saw there were amazing. I mean, it didn't seem to affect anybody else, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah.
Sinzu, we had actually just transitioned from talking about the recent death of celebrities, Gene Hackman, Michelle, um, how do you say her last name again? Trachtenberg
So,
and Roberta Flack. And also, this just came in. A family had been kidnapped and killed.
what?
Kidnapping of the Bibbis family.
So let's see
Jesus.
how long it takes before one of our idiots have that box going to see if they can connect with one of these people.
Yep. I think I already know who you're talking.
Oh, I
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
didn't even think about him. I did not even think about him. He's probably already done it.
Yeah, he's probably. I would not be the least bit surprised.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem I have. People post about it, and they actually post a link to the video saying, "Look at this stupid shit." Here's the problem. You're
Yep.
promoting this guy. You're
Absolutely.
giving him views. If
Absolutely.
you stop,
Thank you.
he won't be getting any views from your way. So you're actually helping him by promoting him.
Yeah, because they're going to say, what stupid shit?
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why I don't go on his YouTube page. I try to avoid it. I definitely avoid it at all costs. I mean, yeah,
I've got him blocked on everything.
I was gonna say. I know I shared one time his video, but that was to show my disgust.
Yeah,
What he was.
I got on you about that one.
I remember that. Yeah, I was just
It's
so.
You just promoted this guy.
Yeah.
I didn't think about. Well, I mean, I didn't think about it at the time, but now looking back, I was. Either way, I was just so pissed off about it. But now I just know it's just best to stay away from that chat.
Thank you, Sinzu.
Yeah, it's just best to stay away from that YouTube channel.
Yeah,
It really is. And here's the thing. Have we done enough any scientific proof about how long it takes before somebody can actually speak to us. Now,
No.
we do know that people will go to their family. Like, there's people who, have passed away. Their siblings didn't know, their children didn't know, their parents didn't know until they came to them, and then they got the call. So I do, okay, that can happen. But after that point,
Oh, wow.
we have not studied how long does it take before you can communicate with them.
I
Right.
don't think any sort of timeline has been established.
No.
But what we do know that has been established that said people have taken sound clips and added them to their spirit boxes to make it sound like they because I remember I, re- I remember that happening with Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh
Um,
God. That was what I shared like about a year or two ago, like a year, 2 years ago.
Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong. 9 out of 10, when we get something on the spirit box, it is not in their voice.
right.
No, it's not.
They manipulate the actual equipment. They are not speaking. So come on. I mean,
Yeah, really.
I don't get it.
Feel like Ghost Adventures. Don't get us started on that.
All I'm just gonna say is I can't tell you how many times we've actually brought that up.
You mean high paid scam artist? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he actually very publicly took a big piece of credit away from Nick a number of years ago.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
Yeah. So he's not exactly high on our list. He's high on another list, but not the good list.
Yeah. Which is why I often call him a different name. Which most of us do actually.
A lot of people call him a different name.
Yeah, but this is a common name.
Yeah.
So I've been in locations behind him. I know what the locations say after he's
Yes.
gone.
Let's talk about some good news.
There is good news in this world right now.
Well, there is.
Maybe.
Okay, let's hear it. I'm all for that.
Next Friday is the 100th episode of the 13th Dimension. And everybody is coming back.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I started laying the groundwork for that back before Christmas. Everybody agreed to it, and now that we're here, we're ready to go.
I'm
Awesome.
excited.
I have a teaser video put out on TikTok and on the 13th Dimension page. Um, I have a specialized intro video already created for that one. I'm now in the process of creating an outro for it. Um, it's going to be a big event.
That's awesome.
This is gonna be great.
Spencer, where are you from?
Yeah, I was wondering where Senju was from.
I'm just curious because it's it's a different name. I don't know if it's maybe an acronym or a nickname, but I like that name.
It's a cool name.
And he knows Ghost Adventures.
Just all about creating entertainment from those bozos. I like this.
Yeah, I'm liking this guy.
Hi.
But yeah, I worked my ass off this month to get the episodes in to get up to 100 because I wanted to do the 100th episode before I go to Louisiana because when I come back from Louisiana, all this is coming off.
Oh, geez. Keep forgetting that.
Yeah. I just haven't decided if I'm going to do that when I come back home or if I'm doing that before I leave Louisiana.
I would do it before I go to Louisiana.
I was going to say, I do it before then.
Do it while I'm still in Louisiana?
No,
Before you even go there, because I'm telling you what, you walk out of the shower and you're gonna wish you've gotten right back in because
Oh no! I have the long hair for the pictures.
hmm.
I do this for the pictures. When we have we're required to have a team picture every year.
Mm-hmm.
So
But if
I
you're
keep
gonna
my
get
hair
rid of it anyway, why keep it that long?
because I don't want to be bald for the picture.
You're gonna be bald for the next 6 months.
I know, but I don't want to be bald for the picture.
You'll be bald for every other picture after that.
If there are any pictures,
Oh,
there'll be video. I'll be on the show bald. What more could you want?
you're gonna be bald, all right.
Yeah.
yeah.
The only thing that I'm worried about is how bad the scar that's going across the top of my head is going to look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to say, like,
last time you got your hair cut like that, you had
It was
surgery.
right before I had that surgery.
Yeah, so then it started healing over it,
Yeah.
and you don't know.
So I can see you can almost see the pink line right about here.
Yeah.
sorry, I just laughed. I just had to laugh with Thompson. He's like,
You
let's
go
all have
back.
let's all have
You
a
went
head
someplace
shaving
that night.
party. A head shaving
someplace.
party.
Yeah, well, we tried to get Nick to do it last time. He's too chicken to do it.
I just, I don't know if that'd be the best thing because I think if we are like all bald in that case, no offense to some people out there, but we probably would look like a couple skinheads.
It's all in how you dress.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's how you talk.
Yep.
Now, you're going around saying words that are offensive to certain people, then yes, you're going to be called that.
Yeah. I just don't want people to get out of the impression.
Yeah, well, if anybody does decide to shave their head off the same time as me, please let people know. We had a little bit of a misunderstanding last time that
I
happened.
remember.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yep.
it got straightened out real quick, but yeah, it was
almost
a
turned
misunderstanding.
Yeah, I'm glad that was taken care of.
Yeah,
It almost turned bad very quickly.
Oh yeah, it really almost did.
yeah. Tom.
What did Tom say now? The bald things work.
Actually,
Or better yet,
you have a couple bald hosts.
I was actually thinking better yet, just to really kind of put it into the subject matter and use that as a logo. Just call it the Bald Eagle Network.
We do have a couple of hosts that are bald.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of Chris, he had a bit of a medical thing going on, and
Yes.
right now he seems to be doing well.
How you feeling, Chris?
I didn't even know anything was going on. Fucker,
Yeah,
what?
he was
What?
in the hospital.
He was in the hospital for a few days. He might still be in. No, he's back out of the hospital.
No, he's home.
Yeah, he's out.
Asshole, what? I work. I can't keep up. You gotta let me know.
Well, he mainly. I guess I'm gonna have to add you into this so this way you could always receive updates, Adrian. He actually let us know. Well, I mean, I'm sure he posted about it on Facebook. He also let us
He
know
hasn't.
he hasn't posted. Oh, I thought he did.
Um, let me check. If he did, I did not see it.
I know I
Well,
did.
while he's looking for it, he
Well,
actually messaged us.
hang on, because he may not want this to be public.
No, I'm not going to say exactly. I was just going to say that he actually messaged this information to us on the Fear Fans group, which you're not a part of, Adrian, but if you'd like, I could add you in so that way, because Chris is part of it, so that way you could still get the updates.
How about one of y'all message me and let me know?
Yeah, he's home now, he said.
Ass.
Damn, Chris, how often do you post?
Yeah, he posts a lot, I think.
Well, we've got this new Facebook algorithm shit going on.
You guys saw about the I gotta ask, and this is something I'm really concerned about. Did you guys get that notification about Facebook saying that starting in June that they were gonna start deleting live videos like after 30 days or so? Did you guys get that?
Okay.
I saw somebody commenting about that, but
All right. Have you listen? Facebook, I don't think it's really Facebook. I don't think it's Facebook. All right, Chris, you're not going to get to the other dude status, so you're fine. Facebook it's a scam, and it's getting hacked and all kinds of stuff. But they're saying that they're doing the verification thing, and once you get verified, which if you were verified a long time ago and monetized, then you had to pay, I think it was like $10 a month. Then you got a message last week saying that you had to pay, I think it was like 150. And then when you fought it, because that was supposed to be, the contract it stated that, $10 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then now they're asking for 300. And when you contact Facebook, they're saying there's nothing they can do. You have to pay it. So are you really contacting Facebook, or what are you really contacting? Every one of my pages has been hit with either, something from Meta, whether it's
something that your page is going to be deleted. All
yeah,
of my pages got that
all
too.
kinds of different, yeah. So we've all gotten that. Ignore it, make it go away, do not click on it, because if you click on it, you're hacked. That's
Yeah.
what happened to me. Remember me posting that, everybody got messages from me with group chats with 2 or 3 different people?
Yep.
Well, that was from Sean, his page that he can no longer get a hold of. I have control
Wait,
of that page.
he got hacked again?
No, this was his old page that I had control of.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was the Sean Whittington page. And it said something about him getting, shut down something. Or they were asking a question. I click on it. The reason I still do it is because if somebody is needing help and that's the only page they know, I send him the message. Well, I clicked on it. Well, guess what? Next morning,
You were hacked.
somebody had me. They cloned me, is what they did. They didn't actually hack me, they cloned me. And the next day, my cousin, I get a message. It said, "Hey, how you been? Can you loan me?" I think it was like $100 until next Wednesday. I'll pay with interest. That doesn't sound like my cousin. I messaged my sister. Now, it would have sounded believable for anyone else. And I said, okay. So I messaged my sister. She goes, she's hacked because she owns a lake. She ain't wanting for money. I'm like, okay. So, of course, I said what I had to say, deleted it. She got back on there the next day. They actually took her Facebook because she was able to see what I said. I wasn't able to see what anybody said. But
that actually happened to Eileen a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually happening during the show.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
And then a couple of days later, we got a message in our network chat from Eileen. Hey, I got control of this profile. If you want it back, you got to pay me
Yeah.
a couple $100. And
Yep.
oh, I went all over that person.
That was just like, jeez.
Yeah, that took some
That,
ball.
I think that hacker was also trying to message me, but I just did the smart thing and just ignored it.
Well, the thing is, there's so many changes going on in Facebook right now, so it's really easy for people to do that because you don't know what changes are actually happening.
Yeah.
It's strange.
There's so much going on that they figure they can sneak in there.
Yep, Tom, that's yeah.
Yeah, because one of your messages went to Tom.
It also went to my boss.
Oh God. Jeez.
Yeah. She's smart enough to know that I'm not going to send her something like that.
Yeah, usually when somebody sends me a message and I know it's a scammer, I give it right back to them saying,
Yeah.
"You need to get a job. You worthless piece of shit."
My signature thing is, oh, that's nice. Thank you for messaging. I now have your IP address. I work for U.S. security. Good luck.
You know what happens sometimes? I mean, like, surprisingly, I haven't been hacked myself all the years I've had Facebook. Of course, one thing for sure is every now and then I change my password to
Well,
prevent.
the thing about that is not your password that really gets it. I had somebody trying to hack into my profile. It was to where I was literally changing my password every single day. So finally, I had enough. I changed my email.
That's a smart idea. I didn't even think of that. I have a second email.
Yeah,
So,
I changed my email and have not had a single issue since.
Well, the thing
well,
is, they're cloning. They're
well,
not.
I was going to say the other thing too, what I do.
They're cloning. Somebody cloned the network page.
Yep, I remember that too. The other thing too that there's probably another reason why my page has never been hacked too is for the most part, I've always stayed logged in on my Facebook page. There, I mean, I know, and now I know, of course, you could still get hacked in even if you were already logged in yourself.
Now,
Yeah.
if somebody gets a hold of your email, that's all they need. Um, then they have a program to try to figure out what your password is. But if anybody has access to your email, or not access to your email, but if anybody knows what your email is,
Yep.
then it's
I
just a matter of time before they figure out the password.
that's why I never have it up on my Facebook profile or put it really anywhere on social media because I don't want people to know. They want to know. They have to call me to get it.
Yep.
I won't even. I mean, obviously, I know you guys long. I've known you guys long enough that I trust you guys with it. But any new faces out there, I kind of have to kind of keep an eye on it.
Yeah. The one that got that message, and she put it out there too. I'm trying to find her because I can't even think of her name right now. I swear I got Alzheimer's at the end of the day. She has those haunted dolls. And she's been on every show there is at this point. Gretchen and yeah, I can't think of the other doll's name, but she was on Haunted Hospitals with me. She was all kinds of places, and then ended up having her own little segment on a bunch of them. Now she makes weird looking dolls. They're not haunted, but she makes weird looking dolls. But anyway, she got verified. She got hacked. They ended up making her pay $300 to stay monetized, and she's not doing this. And that was on 3 of her pages.
Oh, I did see that one.
Yeah.
And now I can't think of her name.
Is it Lauren?
No, no. Blonde lady. Um, I want to say she had some drama happen a while back with one of major haunted locations, and on
Oh, that could be anybody.
YouTube. Oh no, it turned out pretty bad. It was on YouTube and all kinds of things, but she's not a drama person. They ended up making fun of her weight, and
Oh, that's never cool.
yeah, oh, it was awful. It was. She's so pretty too. I mean, and her personality is just as pretty as she is. It was awful.
Alex?
No, it wasn't Alex. No, this lady. Gosh, why can't I think of her name? She had she had the story on haunted hospitals. I can't remember how many shows she had this episode on, but it was her husband ended up having a heart attack due to her dolls.
I'm drawing a blank.
I can't. And she doesn't post all the time, and she's got, her own paranormal team. I just saw it the other day. I hadn't talked to her in a while, so she's not in my DMs, but yeah, it was not good. And if it's happening to her, it's happening to a whole lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot going out there, and the thing that gets me is I see more people complaining about drama and not actually specifying what the drama's about.
Right.
No, because if they do, they're going to get called out with what they did on the other side of that drama. So they don't want that to happen, or they don't want to name names because somebody wants to, obviously say, "Oh, you named me, and now you're getting sued," and it's turning into it. Thank goodness, I don't know any of the drama going on except for the one I'm very invested in.
I know there are a few people that are not afraid to name people out.
Well,
They,
obviously.
they just do it willy nilly.
Well, I could also say
Thank
I'm not
you.
afraid to
Yes,
say
Mary
Zach
Jo.
Bagans.
It's Mary Jo Chudley.
Mary Jo Chudley?
Yes,
What was going on? What's going on with her?
she's the one that she was monetized, and then they were gonna. I mean, it was bad. It was, she contacted Facebook. She was monetized for like $10 a month or something, and then they told her $100 a month, and then they told her $300 a month, and told her, they couldn't help her. Facebook told her they couldn't help her. Now,
Wow.
whether she got a hold of real Facebook, I don't know. But when Facebook is telling you, this hacking is beyond my capability, we got a problem.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah, I'm looking at her page right now. Yeah, I remember seeing this.
And I don't suggest anybody get monetized with this bullshit,
Yeah.
or verified for that matter.
Yeah, I won't. I'm not going to bother getting verified.
It was funny. Zach, and he's never on X. I mean, he's on it, but he's not like, he doesn't interact. And he got a message on the way to the game last night and said, verify your account. ah.
Yeah, I won't do that. It used to broadcast this show on X, and
Yeah.
then they started doing this whole, you know, tiers where you got to pay X amount of money a month just to be able to go live. Nope, I'm
Why
done with
would
that.
anyone pay when you can go live for free? I
Yeah,
mean, and
and the thing is, people still do.
yeah, and
Yeah,
nobody's watching.
really.
So, when people can not go live anymore, uh, without having money, they can kiss our ass. They can watch our reruns because no, we're not paying.
No,
No, definitely not.
don't have the money to.
Even if we did, why would we pay somebody who's got their ass up everybody else's, got their nose up everybody else's ass? No.
Yeah. I just recently did a survey for YouTube. Oh, you should have seen some of the answers I wrote. What kind of feedback can you give us for our technical support? Well, first of all, you can make it to where you don't have to have 100,000 subscribers just to get support.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get it, honestly. I just really don't.
Yeah.
Well,
When I was having all those issues before, and they were false violations, and I was trying to get support, I could not get support because we didn't have so many subscribers. But
well,
you know what?
I'm
Screw
called a
you.
conspiracy theorist because of this. Yeah. But this is the beginning. This is only the beginning of censoring us. They've
Yep.
already censored us about what we can and can't talk about. Remember when the virus first came out and we started talking about the jab?
Mhm.
You weren't allowed to. They'd shut you down, take it off. Well, of course they do. I'm not going to say my opinion on either one of those, but you should be able to.
We had a show on the network. They were talking about the death penalty.
I
And
remember that show. Yep.
it hit with medical misinformation.
Last
I
I
was
checked, that's a
pissed.
law.
Yeah. Hey, Brad,
Brad.
he's going to bed at 9:30.
Oh boy.
His
Yeah.
schedule's all fucked up.
Well, he's got a new job.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And used to, he was up at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he usually would encourage us to still be on for 6 or 7 more hours.
I couldn't.
I know, and I miss those weekly death threats.
Yeah.
I can't go from one to the other, like days to nights, nights to days. No, you leave me the hell alone where I'm at.
He goes to bed at 7, so he's already in bed 2.5 hours ago.
It's only 7:30 here, so you're only.
It's
30 minutes.
8:30 here.
Yeah, but he's talking 7 o'clock his time.
Well, he didn't specify.
Yeah.
It's only 7:30 here.
Tomorrow, go to bed at 3 p.m.
Oh my god, 3 p.m.
I don't know how you do that. I mean, I can't.
Well, I mean, unless you're working. Well, I mean, unless, for example, if you're like working a night shift, or if you're working like from, let's say, 3 a.m. to 10 p.m. Hey, Nikki.
Wow.
I don't care if I've worked 12 hours and it's not my normal bedtime. I cannot do it. I know I have to go to sleep, so that's all I think about is I know I have to go to sleep, so then I can't go to sleep. And no, hell no.
That's why I have my ZQL. Just the other night, I had another one of those nights I could not go to sleep. I'm tossing and turning for 3, 4, 5 hours till finally I go.
Yep.
And it's horrible.
I can only imagine.
Yuck. So does ZQL, does it make it hard to wake up?
Yeah. Now today I got up at initially woke up at 6:30.
With our day, Nick?
You're 3 days behind, Nikki.
For the our day, Nick. Yeah.
Today I initially woke up at 6:30.
Thanks, Nikki. I'm still getting birthday wishes even today. So it may.
Yeah,
Okay, so
you,
you're 40 at this point.
Huh?
You're 40 at this point, Brad.
There's the Brad we know.
Yeah.
Would you like to wake up tomorrow at all?
There we go. That's what we missed.
That's the Brad we know and love.
Well, that thing is like less than 2 feet from me. I finally got it to stop doing whatever it does at like 6:30 or whatever it was. The one upstairs still does it, 7 a.m. The weather is good. Oh my god! Nobody's
Okay, I'm now just looking at a press release from the Santa Fe County Sheriff.
says I am 2 million years old now. Yeah, you're getting
Wow.
what you gave me. It's all right.
Oh wow, she's really going up there. I think last time she was only in the triple digits. Now she's decided to go all the way into 7 digits. Okay, so they have ruled out carbon monoxide. Um, an autopsy was performed. Initial findings noted no external trauma to any individuals. Carbon monoxide and toxicology were requested for both individuals. The manner and cause of death has not been determined. Um, Autopsy and toxicology reports are pending. This remains an open investigation. Santa Fe Animal Control Division worked with family to ensure the safety of the 2 dogs that are still living. Um, and the sheriff will not be conducting interviews. As further information becomes available, we will notify the media.
I figured.
Yeah, but that's not going to stop the people from hounding their doorsteps.
Yeah, that's gonna continue onwards.
Yeah. Have a good night, Brad.
Take care, Brad.
um, so there's that. But this is what happens when and even I'm guilty of that. When you have deaths like that happen, and not any information that has been released, which you know technically doesn't have to be released, people start assuming this and that.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Yeah, and that's just the nature of humanity.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't have to be released, no, but it is public record. Death
Yes.
certificates are public record. The investigations are public record. So it's going to get released.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I remember my favorite singer when he was getting a divorce from his wife for 25 years. He said that neither one of them notified anybody, but there are people who actively hound and look at all of the court records because it's a matter of public record. They take these things and they go to the news and sell those stories.
Yep.
Yes, they do.
And you know, I that's a problem.
It is. It really is.
Oh, they'll put out there what they want you to know. That's just like, used to there was only one news station, which I will leave unnamed, that we couldn't trust at first. It started out with it got taken over by certain people, and we knew what was on there was very biased. So we went to the others. Now we're learning they're all very biased, and they're
Oh,
censoring
yeah.
what we can and cannot know.
Speaking of news companies, I just watched this show yesterday, September 5.
Huh.
Now, this is about the hostage situation during the 1972 Olympic Games, where 11 members of the Israeli Olympic team, athletes and coaches, were killed. And it was a 2 day thing. They made this movie from the perspective of the sports broadcasting team that suddenly found themselves reporting the news. And they actually used um, clips from the true event.
Wow.
For example, the American newscaster Jim McKay, who at the end of all of this said revealed that all of the hostages were gone. They put that in the show.
Brad.
Well, and now whether that's true or not, I really don't know. We all know that we can't believe half of what we read anymore, and it's really sad. But
Yeah.
they're talking about the JFK thing, that some things have come out from the government.
I haven't seen anything yet.
So what I read, and I can't remember the source because I don't just pay attention to the source. I want to look further to see if it was really something that happened. But it talked about that was, we've said for years that maybe it wasn't an accident and it wasn't the person who they said it was, and they just blamed it on someone. But they found some government documents, is allegedly found some government documents that called this Project Alpha, and that it was not an accident, it was not that person, and the government was involved.
Project Alpha.
I've never heard of that.
That's what they called the documents they found. That was the name of the project to eliminate him, is what it said. Google, like, maybe declassification of assassination.
Well, I'm looking up Project Alpha now.
I'm looking that up right now.
Nothing so far that ties it to JFK. I see a reality show that's Project Alpha. Project Alpha, the hoax, which was by James Randi, which has to do with um, testing people that said that they had certain abilities, and
Here
if
we
we
go.
can prove it.
Type in JFK new files released.
First thing that comes up: JFK Jeffrey Epstein files. When will they be released?
What I got was law enforcement agency says about 2,400 newly discovered records are being transferred to archives for declassification.
Let's see here. I'm looking at a thing on the White House. Declassification of records concerning the assassinations of Kennedy, Senator Kennedy, and Martin Luther King Jr. Okay.
I hadn't heard about the rest of them, but I really hadn't gotten it until Thursday night. I don't get a chance to really.
Oh, this is the presidential order, the executive order. That's what that is. FBI says it has discovered thousands of new files on JFK.
Yeah.
2,400 newly discovered records.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, they are not newly discovered.
No, they're not. They are definitely not.
Yeah.
No, they are newly. Oops, it leaked to the wrong person, and now we have
Yeah,
something.
that's basically what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but we may find out the truth. And there's also, now this is very controversial in my house. And what other people think about it, I don't know, but it also ties to the moon landing. where they're saying that was a hoax. They're saying some things came out about that as well. I have
There's
not.
been things about that ever since it happened.
Now,
Yep.
I haven't seen any actual, like you can Google it and it's not fiction or, bunch of fiction bullshit.
Well,
But
that's the problem with what they put out on the internet is you can put anything.
Yeah,
right,
you
You
can.
can pick up any story, make it look like a news release,
yeah,
and then somehow get it on Google to where it's a top result,
it's like
and
you can put
it
it out
becomes the
there.
truth.
Yeah, you put it out there no matter, where you put it. You put it on your Facebook. You get enough hits on that, it becomes Google.
Yeah,
It does. It really does.
So, yeah, I can understand. And that's why I don't. Now, I'll ask questions on here and see if anybody else has heard or seen anything. But I'm not going to say, oh, this happened until I've done some research and I actually
I'm.
know it happened.
With the whole thing about JFK, RFK, and MLK, I am surprised that he didn't sign something to release the documents about 9/11.
Yeah.
I think that's too new. I think there's too many families still living that are way too close to the situation. There's still wives, there's still husbands, there's still which children they don't care so much about because if they're especially if they're young.
I
But
know, but Trump doesn't come across as somebody that worries about people's feelings.
No, he doesn't.
he doesn't worry about it. But what
He
if
Yeah,
has
he's
no
got
concern
something to
whatsoever.
hide? I mean, what if there is something they're investigating or something that should not come out yet?
there's a lot of people out there that swear that it was an inside job, and their lone evidence, uh, mainly lone evidence, is building number 7.
Yeah, yeah. And look at now, we are blaming all these plane crashes on firing all these people. Okay,
No.
I can see where people would tie that to a certain extent, but how are these planes flying just yards from each other and end up hitting? There's radars on these planes. No, I'm not buying that.
The most recent one involving a plane that I saw was the one that came in for a land and then immediately went back up because here comes another one.
Yep.
The one that got me was the one in Canada. It came in hot for a landing and something happened. It flipped.
Yeah, yeah, on landing, yeah. But a lot of people lived out of that one, right?
Yeah, there was no deaths in that one.
That was kind of a surprising one. That no fatalities occurred from that one.
So the
Well,
landing,
they were all, they were, well, the seatbelt sign was on, so everyone should have been buckled in,
yeah. So the
and that's
landing,
probably what saved them.
right, right. The landing and the takeoff, I understand. I can attribute that to the firing of too many people. The crashes up in the air, okay, they have radars on the planes. It's mandatory if you have a single person plane, you have to have the radar. I'm not buying that.
And that all started with the one in Washington.
Yep.
Yep. So there is something more behind it. Whether people want to claim alien, whether they want to claim government, whether they want to claim, you know, angels, something's going on.
Something is going on because I don't recall hearing anything or hearing this many incidences with planes in such a short amount of time.
No,
No,
not
not
for
at
a long
all. Yeah.
time. Not since they learned, how they fly.
Yeah.
Well, especially with all the years of experience they had.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot going on.
The
And
the one that got me more than anyone is the one in Pennsylvania where that medical plane took a nosedive.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what?
I don't get that one.
Well, You got this probably won't be surprising. The fact that it also occurred like in a residential area of Philadelphia. Our buddy Pickle Tom. That occurred not. I don't think that occurred too far from where he lives. He lives in Philadelphia.
Yeah. See, there's
Oh, so he should have heard it.
That's what I was thinking. Although I've been forgetting to ask him if he ever heard anything, but he definitely did. Very well aware of it.
I'm surprised he hadn't popped up on the show.
Yeah, I know. I usually should be yelling out his name right now.
Yeah, I know.
well, we started late, but
Yeah, that too.
it's the same as people want to call us conspiracy theorists, whatever, with the pharmaceuticals. I stand by what I say. Half of this shit is not needed. Half of this shit is to get you addicted. Half of this shit is to keep you well long enough to, let you die slowly so you can continue to pay this stuff for the pharmaceuticals. I'm not, some of it is very beneficial to us, absolutely. But I still think we can go back completely herbal and be fine.
Okay.
What'd you find?
I found a letter from Pamela Bondi. She is the new Attorney General. She has sent a letter to Director Patel. FBI Director Kash Patel. I'll read. She ain't playing around here.
No, I'm sure she's
Before
not.
here's what she wrote. Before you came into office, I requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. In response to this request, I received approximately 200 pages of documents, which consisted primarily of flight logs, Epstein's list of contacts, and a list of victims' names and phone numbers. I repeatedly questioned whether this was the full set of documents responsive to my request, and was repeatedly assured by the FBI that we had received the full set of documents. 200 pages ain't in that. No. Late yesterday, I learned from a source that the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. Despite my repeated request, the FBI never disclosed the existence of these files. When you and I spoke yesterday, you were just as surprised as I was to learn this information. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
By 8 a.m. tomorrow, February 28th, the FBI will deliver the full and complete Epstein files to my office, including all records, documents, audio and video recordings, and materials related to Jeffrey Epstein and his clients, regardless of how such information was obtained. There will be no withholdings or limitations to my or your access. The Department of Justice will ensure that any public disclosure of these files will be done in a manner to protect the privacy of victims and in accordance with law, as I have done my entire career as a prosecutor. I am also directing you to conduct an immediate investigation into why my order to the FBI was not followed. You will deliver to me a comprehensive report of your findings and proposed personnel action within 14 days.
There you go.
She's not done yet. I appreciate your immediate attention to this important matter. I know that we are both committed to transparency for the American people, and I look forward to continuing to work with you to serve our president and our country.
Oh, you think maybe that's, the box they found in our president's bathroom? If they can do shit like that, why would we have access to anything that we need
Yeah.
to know the truth? I mean,
Yeah. So she's not playing.
No, she's not.
because it's declassified. Now it's in my bathroom. Although it was never legally declassified, I made it declassified because I went and took a shit with it.
Well, here's what doesn't set well with me, the whole thing about Epson. People already saying yesterday, and I think the day before, well, who's going to die to distract us from the thing about the Epson files? And I'm thinking, are you serious? And now they're trying to tie the whole thing of the Pope saying, well, he's going to die before this thing is released. Ha ha ha! And I'm thinking, oh, you gotta be kidding! And then people are trying to tie Hackman into this. I
And
am
that's
so
where
sick of people.
I
that's
know.
where people start looking crazy.
Yeah, they're obviously asking for some kind of trouble as a result of that.
Yeah,
Well, no, they start looking crazy because some of us see the magic trick that says, look over there while over here is happening. Look over here while I put the card in my sleeve type thing, which is happening all the time. But then, at that point, when somebody points it out, another person goes further and further and further and further until you don't know what's true and what's not. And then everybody's looking crazy.
I am just so disappointed because people are making a mockery of
Yeah, they are.
and
Yeah.
one person actually said, are we making a death pool here? Oh, I so wanted to get on there and just start blasting people.
But, the truth is, what's really happening? The truth is stranger than fiction. So we don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
I need to get that movie, Stranger Than Fiction.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that too. I've heard a lot about it, but I just haven't watched it yet.
We're
Yeah,
living it. We don't have to watch it.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing
yeah,
too, is that
that's true.
we're living that too.
I mean,
That's really unfortunate.
when we find out, probably after we die, and we know things that we don't know here, we're gonna go, wow, it was right there.
Yeah.
Or we said it and people thought we were crazy, and here it is. Okay, I don't know what they're. Okay, that's strange.
What that sound was?
Did you get a message somebody's following?
I
No,
got
I haven't done
messages
That somebody was following us?
following me.
Yeah, that's the message I got, was somebody was following, but I didn't catch what page or who or what.
Oh no, I was clicking on what I thought was a Google Documents link
Mhm.
from a library because they're doing a free investigation tomorrow. I wanted to check and see what that was about. And when I clicked on the Google link, I got a Facebook
Oh,
Messenger saying, "Please let us know how we can help you. I want to look at your Google document. I don't want your message."
Like, I don't know why they continue on with trying to insist on that.
Well, because I clicked on it twice, because thinking that I clicked on the wrong thing. So when I made sure that I clicked on the actual docs.google.com link, I
hmm
got that message again.
Those messages just never go away.
No, they don't. The
That's why I'm saying they continue like insisting, even when you don't want them anymore.
yeah. So, oh wow, it's 10 o'clock already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's because we ran late. We were behind schedule because of the sound issue that Adrian and Zach were having.
Yeah. Um, Last week was a successful Mission for Healthy Heroes
Yes.
event. Um, Whole bunch of us got little certificates too.
I've been meaning to share mine. I'm actually going to do that tomorrow for sure because everybody else has been sharing theirs.
Yeah,
Well,
I wasn't expecting that because I saved it on the computer and then I see people sharing it
I
on
had
Facebook. I'm thinking,
well,
see,
what
mine
was
got
funny?
printed.
What was funny was I was going. You guys probably saw that post that I made earlier today. You know, like that it's my 20th anniversary involved in the paranormal field. I had all those collections of pictures of me growing up.
yeah, you actually kept out a timeline of doing this and that.
A time. Well, no, it was an organized timeline.
Well, yeah, I never thought to do that for myself. When I saw you doing that, I'm thinking, shit.
Yeah, it took a long time putting
Right.
that. It took a long time putting that post together alone, like writing all of it, then gathering the pictures, and then putting like the number, like the age I was in those pictures, and
Yeah, that would have been a lot of work. That
it
one.
was it was it lasted almost like an entire 2 days for me to put that together, and I had it ready. I was going to post it originally yesterday, but because everybody was focusing on Michelle Trachtenberg's death, I thought, you know what? I better wait a day or so before I post this. And that's when I posted that this morning.
So then you
So
bring on the J that Gene Hackman was.
look, I was unaware at that time. Because it was like right after I posted it, that's when I got word about Gene Hackman. I was like, come on, it's just there. I was even saying, I just got to post this, especially while people are still wishing me happy birthday, even though it's been 3 days since my birthday.
Uh,
So
People will still be doing it for a week.
yeah, they probably will. I got over 400 wishes, if not even more than that.
Yeah.
So that's continuing to grow. And so yeah, originally I was going to post that yesterday, and today was going to be the day I was going to post about the certificate, but I was behind schedule with so much that was going online.
Well, here's the thing: we cannot concentrate on what's going on except with people we know.
Hey, guess what? Here comes another one. So it just posted on my wall. Speaking of which,
Yeah, well, the thing is, there is always something happening, and it seems like we're getting more and more catastrophic things happening every day.
Yep.
yeah, no, that's absolutely the truth.
I quit turning. I don't turn news on. I just. I cannot. My mental capacity cannot listen to the news constantly and deal with people all day long and have
No, neither do
an
we.
attitude. I just
You
can't.
you
Yeah.
guys have heard me talk about this several times in the past. My dad used to watch CNN on a daily basis. He, with everything that's been going on, he doesn't watch the channel anymore.
That's good for him.
It is. He now focuses his attention every time I come home from work or if I'm home, if I have a day off, I usually will come down. He's usually now either watching History or Travel Channel.
That's a lot healthier for
A
him.
lot healthy, yeah, a lot better. And there's actually times where sometimes, I mean, yeah, my niece is there too, but now there's actually times where sometimes he and I can actually watch television together.
Well, I mean, Zach does those books at night. And since we've been watching all these Viking shows and all that, and which now that's over, I'm a little upset about that. But anyway, um, now we are watching or listening to some of the books on religion when it first started, regardless of which religion it
Oh,
is.
now that you've said that, I was looking on Audible
Yep.
because I was looking for Brad Meltzer books.
Uh-huh.
I just love his stuff.
Hmm.
Um, I actually typed in. I was curious. I actually typed in the Holy Bible, and it's there.
Oh yeah.
The entire version is 83 hours.
Wow.
The entire version of the Bible.
Which
Now,
isn't the entire because some of it's not there,
well,
but
you know what I'm saying.
these are what we've been listening to is more of way before the Bible was written or way before
I
even.
I know the first time that I came to. No, the first time I came to that house when you guys were living there, he was listening to the history of Romans.
Yep. Yep. And there's one thing that caught my attention was now it's a little more accepted, as far as witchcraft and Wiccan, pagan, all of that. But, that was actually the first religion. Let's get real with this. And when Christians started, they were talking about how they were scared of Christians because they drank blood, ate flesh, they would sacrifice people, and it was just crazy stuff that they talked about. Well, since they were Christians, they had to stay kind of hidden because it wasn't accepted as much as it later was. And eating flesh was the ritual of the unleavened bread and eating the body of Christ. The drinking blood that they were talking about was the wine,
Mhm.
the ritualistic wine of Jesus' blood. There were so many things, and then there was this little story where it was accepted at one point in time when you had too many kids to leave one out in the woods to the elements and just let them die because that was the thing to do. And the Christians would come take them. So they accused them of kidnapping, sacrificing, and eating the babies. When in reality, what they did was raise that child as a Christian and kept it. But nobody could fathom keeping the baby because they had too many kids and couldn't raise it. They couldn't imagine somebody taking in somebody else's child to raise it.
Oh man.
And so, the misunderstanding between religions and the crazy things that we think when we don't know something. We fear what we don't know, which is, just like the the Masons,
The
all of,
Freemasons.
yeah, all of those what we call cults or what we call private sectors of things. We assume all kinds of things because we don't know. And now we're more open about things, our religions and what we believe and what we don't believe. And it's more accepted because it's not accepted these days to say you're wrong.
When you look at all of the religions around the world, isn't Christianity technically one of the newer ones?
It is.
That's
It is.
yeah, it is.
It is.
I know that paganism is much older.
I was going to say that's dated back to centuries.
That's the first one. That
Yeah.
was the first one where they worship the earth, where Mother Earth gave you. Now, I don't know. I'm going to backtrack there. I'm not sure if paganism or um, the Roman gods were first.
I'm going
I
to look
don't
it
know
up.
that.
What
I'm
was the first
checking that out myself too.
legend?
Just like Thor and all that, and then
Yeah, like and also kind
Here
of like
I
the
got among the oldest religions
Allah.
include Hinduism,
okay,
Jainism, and Judaism.
okay. I don't know anything about Hinduism really.
Well,
But
I know a few things. I know a few things about Hinduism because I had a friend of mine that
Uh,
was Hindu, but they I saw some of their that was the one. If you guys remember, that was the one who tragically died
here,
6 years ago from
here we
cancer.
go. I found this on Britannica.
Botanica. Okay.
Yeah. Adherents hold that Hinduism, one of the principal faiths of the modern world, with about 1 billion followers, is the world's oldest religion, dating with complete scriptural text dating back 3,000 years.
Wow.
So
so,
Hinduism apparently is the oldest.
I wouldn't be the least bit surprised.
so I'm gonna go back to what I have said for quite a while. Is we all believe in a higher power, whether it's this God, this, that, whatever it is, we believe in something bigger than ourselves, whether it's a person, whether it's an energy, whether it's a God, whether it's the earth, whatever the case might be. We know that we're not end all, beat all, in this world, in this universe. But nobody can say who the real one is. Now, me, I don't want to have to say the wrong thing and get thrown in a fire pit because I said the wrong thing. I'm just not going that route. And none of the other religions cast you into a fire pit. None of the other religions, God killed people because he wanted to, or because you didn't act right. Maybe they should have. I don't know, but they didn't. Every God has been so different. So, who's to say who's right? I think everybody's right to a point.
I was just actually studying a particular god that I don't think is worshipped anymore, but it definitely was worshipped for quite a long time. In fact, down in Central Mexico and Northern Central America by the Aztecs. And what's funny enough, this sounds more like in my subject matter, but it even has kind of that cryptid-like feel. That was the Aztec god Quetzalcoatl, which I don't know if you guys have heard of that one before, Quetzalcoatl.
I've heard it, but I don't know what it is.
Quetzalcoatl is the name of like an Aztec god, a deity of the ancient Aztecs. And like I said, we know that Quetzalcoatl was worshipped all around central Mexico and northern central. Quetzalcoatl, and we know for a fact it was because of a lot of the inscriptions that are discovered there, but Quetzalcoatl was the snake god or the feathered god. Basically, it was a large entity with a long, twisting body, big flashing eyes, bird wings with feathers. It was almost dragon-like in appearance, when you really look at it. But certainly because this was a pinnacle god, it was feared. And for something like this to have those attributes of something that was not widely known, especially during those times, certainly the Aztecs were well aware that this was a god they did not mess with.
Yeah, and how do we come up with something like that? Is it that somebody ate the wrong grass and saw something so everybody believed them? Or is it, how do these come about because they are so different? Is it a demon maybe somebody saw? Is it, how did we come to this?
Well, and that name I just brought up, Quetzalcoatl, ended up becoming the inspiration of a known kind of dinosaur, if you will, because what I'm about to tell you, again, another piece of evidence here, and this is not dating to mythology. It's in a confirmed fossil record. It was down in Texas of 1971, and there was a geology grad student who was working at Big Bend National Park. He makes this incredible discovery. It was a partial wing that was uncovered, which later turned out to be evidence of an unknown species from the late Cretaceous period of North America, weighing over 200 pounds. The newly discovered what became known as Quetzalcoatlus shattered all previous records of pterosaurs. I mean, this thing was huge. It was later confirmed to be one of the largest animals that ever existed on this planet. But because of its massive size and appearance, scientists named the creature after the legendary Aztec flying serpent Quetzalcoatl.
And once again, we either worship or we say it doesn't exist, things we don't understand. Could it have been a dinosaur, maybe? Could it have been a creature that actually existed? And obviously, it did. Something like that did.
Well, and
so, what are we? Are we just fearing things that we don't know?
Well, and when you really think about it too, because again, Quetzalcoatl in this case, I'm still kind of, because I've studied a lot of ancient Aztec history as well. I'm still, although I'm new, basically still to this case, and Quetzalcoatl, like let's say for example, had several different legends. In the Aztec beliefs is that he was supposed to return in 52 years. The Aztecs basically saw calendars as kind of a how can I really describe it? As kind of base, I can't remember the name of what it is, but they believe that every 52 years, Quetzalcoatl would return, and as a result of that, special human sacrifices had to be made. Otherwise, they would believe.
Um, a cryptid. It sounds like a cryptid.
It sounds like a cryptid, but this was a god in this case that they were worshiping, and they said that they believe that calendars, everything hung in the balance, every 52 years. Otherwise, if they didn't proceed with these sacrifices, that the world would be plunged into chaos.
Do you know? Fun fact,
We're already there.
Yeah, which we probably are. So where the hell is if it's been 52 years, where the hell is Quetzalcoatl?
so, well, and Jesus was supposed to come back how many times now?
Probably a dozen or so.
People have, described the calendar so differently in so many places that we don't know.
Well, we were supposed to have had the end of the world multiple times.
Exactly.
2012, of course.
2012 was one of them.
1999 was one of them.
Yep. Then there's this whole thing about the possibility of an asteroid hitting a planet. And I'm
Yeah,
hearing,
they're still saying that now.
yeah, I'm hearing two different dates: 2032 and 2039.
And unfortunately, we might be alive for all of them. But
Yeah.
fun fact: do you know how 12, like the 12 months, 12 hours, all of that came to be? Nick?
Sorry, what was that? I was looking something up for you guys. What was that?
12 hours. Do you know how the 12 came to be? 12 months, 12 hours.
I would assume.
Never assume, Nick.
What?
Never assume.
Okay.
And the 60, it's all derivatives of 12.
Yeah, everything's in 12s. Yeah.
Do you know why?
I guess maybe, okay, if I can't assume that, I don't know, honestly.
I just heard this last night on a book. So, okay, your fingers, not your thumb, but your fingers, have 3 bones, right?
Yeah.
3 joints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12.
That's how they would count back then.
That makes so much more sense.
That's how they counted. So
Then why would they leave out the thumb?
Because they had to use that to count their joints.
Okay, that's. And this was in a book?
It was in a book. Regarding how time started, how we got our calendar, how we got all kinds of different things.
Okay, I can see maybe the 12 months, even though I still think that that's kind of reaching, but the 12-hour thing, I don't, unless they use both hands to get 24 hours.
Yeah. And then 60.
But the thing is, they also had some way of being able to tell, when was when, and
The moon.
figuring out the length of the days and the length of the years to go with the position of the sun and everything, and figuring out that every 4 years you got to add that extra day, and then eventually we're going to have like a leap minute or a leap second.
Yeah, I don't think they thought that far into it. I think that was later.
I don't know. I remember reading about it. Leap second. Go screw off. Right now, the official U.S. time is 23 hours, 59 seconds, 59.6 seconds.
Okay.
So, since the leap second was introduced in 1972. Since then, 27 leap seconds have been added to the coordinated universal time, with the most recent occurring December 31st, 2016.
So what we've done is we overthink some shit.
Well, I think they're trying to keep it to where that everything stays in alignment. Um, Here's another one. Since not all computers are adjusted by leap second, they will display times different from those that have been adjusted. After many years of discussions by different standards bodies in November 2022, at the 27th General Conference on Weights and Measures, it was decided to abandon the leap second by or before 2035.
Well, here's the thing. We need to go back to simplicity. We need to go way back.
Yeah.
Is it daytime? Okay, it's time for us to be up. Is it nighttime? All right, it's time for us to go to bed. We work until we can't see. That's it. End of story.
I remember that.
Here, our lives are not counted by, days, minutes, months.
Actually, they are.
When we go, we go. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter, when we go, we go.
It's the whole thing of make every day count. So every day
Exactly.
is.
And that's day to night. It doesn't matter how long it is. Sun's up, it's daytime. Sun's down, it's nighttime. End of story.
I know in the wintertime, I was so used to 5:15 and it was already dark outside. I was loving it. Now it's not starting to get dark until 6:30. I'm thinking, shit.
I can't tell you guys how many times, like every time I came back home from work and like an hour later it's already getting dark and I'm just like I'm just almost like ready to go to bed.
And your day's gone, and it was dark before I got off work. It was dark when I went to work. It was dark when I got off work. No. What is
I'm the guy that likes it when it's dark early.
Well, and that's kind of with me too. And as a matter of fact, you guys see a lot of times that, I do go out, well, like we did on Valentine's Day. I go out with my friends a lot, even when it's, during the evening hours. Well, when it was still getting very dark early during the month of January, I barely, if anything, I barely did, if anything, that month with my friends and stuff, because all we just wanted to do was just turn it and that would be it. We just kind of figured that we weren't really gonna start up again until February, so that's what we did. That's why I didn't do much with friends, during that particular month.
And that's how people get seasonal depression.
Yeah, I know.
Is not doing things and not, all they want to do is sleep. And no.
Well, fortunately, I'm back out, and I'm actually going to be, even though my birthday's passed, I'm having a birthday celebration with the friends this upcoming Saturday. As a matter of fact, Jeremy, you'll find this interesting, but we're actually going to be going. We're actually going to be going bowling ourselves this upcoming Saturday.
So you're going to see all kinds of boobies and balls, aren't you?
Wait a minute. What? Sorry, no, wait. Hang on. Hold on. I don't know. Hang on 1 second here, because I was searching something. So wait, let me go back to see what you guys were laughing at.
You were searching boobies and balls?
No, I was not. I thought Jeremy was laughing because I thought it was. I just got his attention, and I was going to say,
"Oh no, it's not either one of us."
Oh, gee, God damn it, Tom!
There we go. He just seen it.
I was stuck on a page because I'm writing something for future Nick Files episodes.
And that's what made this so much better, because we start laughing and you're not paying attention to the.
Yeah. Sometimes it's always best.
This is what happens, Nick,
really
don't pay attention.
I mean, I didn't realize that was going to happen.
Yeah. And Tom, he puts on some of the scariest faces when he's around you.
Jeez, okay. I got a picture. I gotta share to you guys, because this is one of my favorites. Give me 1 second here while I'm looking.
He has that deranged, mischievous.
Just wait till you see this picture. Tom, I know what I'm talking about.
When you two get together, it's like you're the innocent one and
Yeah.
this one, and his face says it all.
Hey, I'm still looking for it. Must I think it was, oh my God, I think it was 5 or 6 years ago that this was taken, but I still love this picture. Oh God, I can't believe it's been going by so quick. Okay,
We
let's
are going to need to wrap this up pretty soon.
okay, well, this this would be a great way to end it because oh, trust me, this will be so scary. It's probably going to give you guys nightmares as a result.
Yeah, it's going to take a little more than that to give me nightmares.
Yeah, I'm the one who gives her nightmares.
Okay, where the okay? Let me
But
try
no,
this.
yeah, I'm going to need to wrap this up pretty soon because I need to leave to go get prescription for my daughter, and I purposely waited until after the show.
You mean
No.
the one that should have ended 30 minutes ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because by now traffic is low. Um, the drive-through is almost always empty when I go out there at this time. Because there's been a couple times where I go in there and to get into the drive-through, and there's already a line of 6 or 7 cars,
Oh boy.
and you always have that one that takes 10-15 minutes.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna make this easy on me, just so that way I could find it quicker. But should be any second now. I know this is always the worst when you got it.
Are we doing any second now regular time or any second Nick time?
I knew you were gonna say that.
It's Nick time.
Why not? Everybody else does.
Oh my God, I'm tagged in it, so it shouldn't be that too difficult to find. Oh wait, oh here it is, found it. You'll love this picture. Tom probably may not know which one, but he'll know immediately once I share this. All right, can you guys see that?
No.
Oh, my.
Can't even tell that's you behind him.
Yeah, that's me in the back.
Okay, I gotta admit that is a scary picture.
I do, right?
That's not the picture I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of that one where you two are on the roller coaster ride and getting ready to go down.
Oh.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
There's also one other image that I've sent Tom in the past that also looks pretty scary too. I just got to figure out where I could find it, but it's kind of one of those. It's kind of like a GIF almost. He was trying. He was. He was trying to send me some GIF of, I mean, some picture or something, and he ended up sending me this. If I could find it, that is. But it is so. It's. It's so damn funny. Yeah, Tom, yeah, he was pretty happy that picture. I'm gonna try to see if I can I hope I can find it, but it's just this it's so damn funny with some of the pictures that Tom takes.
I'll tell you what, why don't you post it in our group so we can see it?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do because I can't
Okay.
I can't seem to find it right now.
Yeah, you do that because a couple of us are not going to be awake here in a few minutes.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. Yeah, it'll just have to wait. But it's so damn funny to oh you got the roller coaster picture. That never gets old.
That one wasn't the one that I was looking for. um, but it's close enough.
Well, here's the thing you got to realize: when that picture was taken, that again, that was us when we were riding a roller coaster at Six Flags, and that was during the Holiday in the Park
Oh,
season.
here it is. Here it is. Here it is. That's the one I'm looking for.
Which one? Oh, that oh, that other roller coaster.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little creepy.
Yeah, that was us when we were. That was the same roller coaster. That was when we were. It couldn't have been at a better time too, because it was at Six Flags Fright Fest. So that was taken around Halloween.
Yeah, that was the one I was looking for.
That
Yeah,
was just like,
creepy.
well, and you know that other picture again. The reason why I'm screaming like that again, it was mainly because again that was during the holiday Christmas season. So you guys can imagine that weather when we were there, it had to have been about like 35 or 30 degrees. Or and actually, no, I think that was about even colder than that. Yeah, about like 20, 30 degrees that evening. So imagine going on a roller coaster, you have all this cold air blowing on your face, like and going at a high speed. That's why I'm screaming. It's not just how fast we were going, it was freaking cold. It hurts your face after a while.
If you're dumb
Oh,
enough
I
to
believe
want
it.
to ride like that in that cold weather, you deserve that.
It was freezing. So yeah, I mean anybody would probably scream like the way I did because it hurts.
Well, no, people wouldn't go. You wait
Well,
till the summer.
it was their first attempt at trying to have the park open for the holiday season. So it was a first time for us, but it only went for I think like 2 years, I believe. I don't know if they're still doing the holiday in the park. Oh, I found okay. So thank goodness I found the other image. So we'll close it off with this. So I'm gonna send this to myself, and I will tell you this is scary as hell. Okay, let's see.
Hey, while you're doing that, I just found this on people.com. Donald Trump's name appears on Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs released by his own attorney general.
Right.
He was mentioned on page 24, the first flight log in 1993, then again in 1994. Okay, this is 30 years ago. And this is also as how supposedly he said it. This is before he found out what kind of person that Epstein was.
Are you ready to share it?
Yeah, go ahead and share it.
Okay, what's great is
What
the,
Epstein was like. He started cutting him off on everything, blocking him, and not having anything to do with him.
all right. Get ready for a surprise. That would be a great pop up.
Oh shit! I don't know if I want to bring that one up. It's scary enough just looking at it. Where is that?
Yeah, I know. That's terrifying, isn't it? And I like how it's like replaying itself, and the fans like still going like it's normal. Oh god, that would be a great one of those. That would be a great for a scary pop up video or game.
This is on the same level as Momo.
Yeah, oh, Momo, that's right.
Ooh,
It almost looks like he's actually just like it's going fully in motion, like he's actually doing it several times.
That could be a cute meme.
oh,
Yeah,
there was your supernatural talk right there.
yeah. Yeah, that's scary. That is scary as hell.
All
I
right,
think
y'all.
I think he was trying to post for like a selfie or something, and he ended up taking a video instead. Oh God, that never gets old.
You know that, Nick?
What?
You get whiplash watching that one.
Yeah, I would probably want to put it. As far as I'm concerned, I would probably put a warning sign on that one.
Something.
Yeah, warning. This image could contain some disturbing material and some flashes. So there you have it. Like you said, Jeremy, he's got some pretty scary pictures out there.
And videos, apparently.
Yeah, that should give you nightmares.
You know what, Adrian? I think that would be the kind that would give you nightmares.
If that,
Mm.
I think I woke up one night screaming from that image. He was in
And
my-
on that
yeah,
note,
nightmares.
folks,
I got nightmares about him now. I'll never sleep again after that.
Okay, so think about motorboating. You'll be fine.
No,
Right.
I'd rather take that image than what you just brought up.
Okay, we're gonna end
Nick,
this.
no,
before
you
get
don't.
yourself any deeper.
Nick, trust me, you would not want to take that over that.
Well, okay.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't take anything over that.
I probably wouldn't.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, I would hope not.
I don't know where this is going, but okay.
If you take something else over that, we're gonna have to have a whole nother discussion.
And we will have that discussion at a later time because tonight we
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yep.
So, again, we lost three big time celebrities just in the last couple of days. But it happens. Maybe by this time next, well, actually, no, probably not even then. It could take a while before they actually get the results on Gene Hackman and his wife. But we will figure it out what we're going to talk about next week. But in the meantime, what we do know is happening next week is the 100th anniversary of the 13th Dimension.
You made it.
Nick will be back on, so will Scott, Tim, and Crystal.
It's so good
And
to see everybody again.
yeah, Tim was telling me that he and Crystal were talking about this. This is going to be the first time in 3 years that Crystal has been on an actual show.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. And I'm going to have some special videos for the show.
Oh God, should I be scared?
You should always be scared.
Nick, you know my history with videos. I make videos.
That's what I'm scared about. What videos are you going to show?
You'll see.
Yeah. So until then, everybody out there in the audience, thank you so much for playing along. And we still got a pretty good number of viewers already still.
Yeah.
But it's time to go.
Yeah. Hopefully I didn't keep everybody up. Some of you guys up from showing those images of Tom.
Yeah, nobody's going to bed tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. That's all I got to say. All I got to say about it is you're welcome.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
and if
Motorboat.
you want a more robust you're welcome, go check out The Rock singing You're Welcome on Moana. That's one of the best songs I've ever heard. All right,
That song
everybody.
would probably fit perfectly with what I presented.
All right, everybody. You guys have a good night. Have a good weekend, and we will see you all next week.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone.